At Leidos, we make things smarter and more efficient. From helping the VA cut disability exam processing times by half, to already being done with this ad. Leidos, making smart smarter.
Life insurers put life into the things you live for. The new factory that's hiring your neighbors. Maintenance on the bridge that keeps traffic flowing. The paycheck that puts pizza night on the table. Life insurers contribute $8 trillion to the U.S. economy through bond purchases and other investments, and protect the financial security of 90 million American families, like yours. See how life insurers put life into America at acli.com. Paid for by the American Council of Life Insurers.
All right, quick break. Knock, knock. Who's there? Amazon Music. Amazon Music who? Amazon Music, where Prime members can listen to top comedy podcasts ad-free. No awkward interruptions, just nonstop laughs from your favorite shows. It's free, it's funny, and hey, it's better than my knock-knock jokes. Download the Amazon Music app and let the good times roll. Or go to amazon.com/ad-free comedy. That's amazon.com/ad-free comedy to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
It's now time for a very summer reactionary edition of Game Pass or Pass, the podcast where we normally play games on Microsoft's Game Pass service, tell you which games to pass into a friend, which games to simply pass on by, which we totally have been doing this entire year. But this episode is we are reacting because Microsoft just did their not E3 event at their summer showcase thingamabobber, and we're going to talk about it. I am Cory. I am joined by the man who was available in 4K and day one on Game Pass, Basher.
I'm glad we figured that out. Like, I know Microsoft is still going back and forth to Call of Duty, but maybe they figured it out too.
Well, we're going to talk about Call of Duty because they now own it. But before that, did you know that you can let us know what you thought about Microsoft's summer showcase? 574-651-9256. If you're listening to this right now, and you've noticed that we've been gone for a while, it's on you. You just missed all those episodes. No.
Exactly. No, that's what I'm running with.
No.
Absolutely,
life happens, and we're not going to give you an explanation. And what I'm going to say right now is while we're still here, we might not be as present as we normally are. We are still going to be recording stuff throughout the year, but that weekly schedule, who knows what's going to happen. All I'm saying is...
We're like your parents. So like we're not really there anymore.
Right. Well... That's sad. I don't want to talk about this anymore. It's really... All right. Anyways, Microsoft. Oh, wait, no, I want to go back. So we're going to be talking about some games, like we're going to be talking about Hellblade as well as some games that we've been playing on Game Pass. Those episodes will come after this one. And for the rest of the year, it's going to be kind of hit and miss. Just want to keep... Again, if you're listening to this, because we haven't had an episode in several months, that means you're still with us, and I appreciate it. I guess. But yeah. Summer showcase thingamabobber, summer game showcase, Microsoft Game Pass. We got Perfect Dark, we've got Doom Dark Ages, we got Fallout 76, Gears E-Day, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, and more to come. How do we feel about this showcase? Let's just get a general feeling first, and then we'll do a little deep dive into some of the stuff that stood out to us. So how are we feeling about Microsoft Game Pass, etc.?
How I feel about Game Pass compared to how I feel about their showcase is two different things, honestly. The showcase, I have to say, was surprisingly good. It was back-to-back games, and for the most part, they kind of hit. Nothing really knocked me out. Well, we'll get into it, but I can't say there's too many things that really knocked me out. But for the most part, everything was pretty solid. Like if every game comes out and it's solid, if it even a 7, if they get solid 7 and 8s, it should be a good year.
Yeah, I think we're pretty honest about Microsoft when it comes to their showcases, and we make a lot of jokes about it. Like, this is the year, right? But legitimately, this was probably their strongest showcase in I can't remember how long.
Like honestly, like a good decade. I'm not joking.
Yeah, seriously, I can't think of a single showcase during the 360 or during the Xbox One era that was as strong as this one. Maybe there was something during the 360 era. I'd have to go back and think. I mean, I remember, the one that had Rock Band and Halo 3 and Mass Effect. Like, there was a time where, there was bangers, but this was one of their strongest showings, considering I don't think it was a home run. Like I don't think there's ever been a showcase where I've really like ever just been floored from start to finish. But this one was pretty strong. Like I said, we'll get into some of the games here, but I was genuinely kind of surprised. They showed gameplay when they needed to. Oddly enough, I think some of the low points were some of their own games, but it was simply because they just didn't show enough of them. And so when you only have 2 or 3 slow moments in a hour plus show, I think you did something right. So,
I completely agree. I was on my back foot when they opened up with Black Ops, but they had to.
Right.
So I get it. But from then on, I was pretty dialed in.
Yeah. So there was one surprise, and we'll get to it. Like, I don't say it was a surprise, but so let's just go over a couple games that that are sticking out to me. And so I do want to comment quickly on Black Ops 6. Like I'm reading the stuff that they're doing with the multiplayer. I am a Call of Duty player. Okay. So I am excited for Black Ops 6 because I'm that guy. They're bringing back Prestige, which I think is a core move. Like that's your core audience of like, okay, fine, we'll just do it. As a current Call of Duty player in Modern Warfare 3, I'm not a huge fan of the, like, you finish a weapon kind of thing and it's kind of done. Whereas Prestige, you basically get to start over again. And that's really why you do it, right? Because you want to play with the weapons all over again. Currently, the way you get skins and stuff like that, it works, but that progression treadmill is just a little rough on casual players like myself. So, but where are you at with Call of Duty? How are you?
I'm not going on a deep dive with you. On a deep dive with you. Call of Duty, it is the yearly Madden and Madden and 2K6 for me. Of 2K, just 2K in general for me. And by that I mean I don't play enough to know the nuances and changes. So like I say that, and there's a billion people are going to say, no, it's way different now because they did this tweak and that tweak. And that sounds all fine and dandy for the Call of Duty player. I'm happy and proud for you guys. If I have to pay for Call of Duty, I'm not playing Call of Duty. I'm one of those players. If somehow I'm gifted it, I have some kind of credit, it's half off. Sure, in this case, it's coming to Game Pass, so I'll be playing it.
That's the big story. We had talked about. I think the last time we actually talked about Call of Duty was they were not sure. Like we had the. I think where I landed was I think they're just going to do it. I said, but I would not be surprised if a price increase comes with it. And I think you were on the almost there, but it's like, but they're going to do like you get it in Game Pass, but you get this version,
right?
Whatever you want to call it. Like there was going to be something that you needed to pay for, but no, like they're just doing it. They're just putting Call of Duty in Game Pass, which is considering everything that's happened this year with them putting games on other consoles and just the way that the industry is going, of just like there's a growth focus right now, even on Nintendo and Sony's end, of just like growth. And I don't want to say I'm surprised. I'm not surprised, but I'm a little.
I will say that's one thing, and we watched it together live. So like that's one thing I mentioned during the podcast because I'm like, that is it. The whole growth thing is in numbers thing. That is a major focus for not just Microsoft, Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo, but just every sector in the world right now.
Right.
It's all growth. But I think Nintendo and Sony does a lot better than Microsoft is. They kind of keep that to the paperwork side of things. Like they don't put it in your face as much as like, we need to grow this fan base, please buy our stuff. It's like, no, just please just show me the game. Stop telling me about your fake numbers, because you're all putting out fake numbers. So just
right, like even
that's how it really started for me.
Like people love to clown on Microsoft for engagement because they don't really talk about console sales anymore, and like why would they? Because they're not doing great with it. But like even Sony, who is knocking it out of the park in many ways, they are also talking about engagement. Like it's not just a Microsoft thing, like you said. Like engagement is becoming more of a thing because people or these companies like Microsoft and Sony, they're looking for their Fortnite. Like you've got you've got Concord coming from Sony. Like they're looking for engagement because engagement, like with Call of Duty, is like they want you to just keep spending money in these games. They don't care where they get the money from, but they just want you to keep spending money. And the one thing I'll say is like I say this as a Movie Pass customer, and you were a Movie Pass customer too. At the height of Movie Pass, we were eating good. We were eating good. Times. And do you remember how many subscribers they had at the peak?
I don't.
3 million. Being a part of that, you would have thought it would have been 300 million. Like the way that people were talking about Movie Pass was crazy. And where people are trying to clown on Microsoft is like, well, they only have 33 million subscribers, or they only have 25 million Game Pass subscribers. And then they upped that number with the Game Pass Core. We've already had that discussion here. That whole Game Pass Core bullshit. Like I was never a fan of them rebranding it that way because they were going to pump the numbers. However, they still have 25 million customers that are paying money. That is a strong number. So,
and it's and the smartest thing you do is make it a service. Cause like, honestly, look, the reason I had it all of last year, or not, I was saying most of the last 12 months, is because I just keep forgetting to cancel it.
Right.
It's the perfect gym membership because honestly, I have not played a lot of my Xbox or any of the games they've been releasing. That said, I'm going to play Black Ops. It's on Game Pass. And then right after that, they came out with, they showed Doom, The Dark Ages. Looks phenomenal. So like,
yeah.
So they're hitting the ground hard when it came to the show this year, I think.
Yeah, this year we'll talk about some of the games next, but like I think that I should say next couple episodes we're going to talk about some of the games we've been playing. But I'm with you, and like I have slowly. The thing about Game Pass for me that's very confusing right now, and we've talked about this, is like you got just drop the Game Pass, not the Game Pass, the online requirement. Have 3 different tiers. Have Game Pass Core, Game Pass PC/console, or Ultimate that gives you both. Because for me, I am definitely becoming that person where I'm just playing on my PC all the time. And I've got friends that are on Xbox, and it's just like, man, it's crazy that you can spend $10 on PC, or you can spend 18 to get everything that you would get on console. It's like console is becoming kind of dumb right now. Like, and the PR win that they could take, because there's going to be people that are going to subscribe to Game Pass on console, and you cannot play online with the base subscription of Game Pass console. So they're going to get it to play Call of Duty and then find out they have to spend more money. To me, that's crazy. Like, just remove that stupid online clause and let's get back to those days, because you're going to get the PR win and you're going to get more people to subscribe. So, but at the same time, they want money. So,
yeah, we're just, again, like going back to your you and them bringing up the growth argument. Like, it just doesn't make a lot of. We want to put it on Game Pass so we can get more people to play Call of Duty. It's like, guys, that's tapped out.
Right.
like they know, like they already know about down to the 1,000th how many people are going to buy Call of Duty this year. It never jumps way up or goes way down. Like, they already know who's going to play this game, and they might get more engagement via Game Pass, but it won't be any engagement in terms of people who are going to spend money in the ecosystem. It's just going to be, oh, there's a new shooter out that, I mean, Call of Duty's come out. I haven't played Call of Duty in the last 10 years. Oh, it's still Call of Duty. I'm out.
Right. It's going to be interesting to see how many people subscribe to Game Pass for Call of Duty, because especially on the PC front, like $10, it's $10 and you get Call of Duty. So it'll be interesting to see if those people end up buying more battle passes, etc. But I'm with you, and it's just like,
I don't think it's worth it for them.
Right. That's where I don't say I'm confused. I don't think you're going to get 10 million Game Pass subscribers off of Call of Duty. But the question will be are they just going to keep that subscription and then for next year's game, like,
right, exactly.
And so in that case, like, they're not really losing at that point, but I could see the argument of like, well, that's pure revenue for them. That's going to fund other things. And maybe if you give them $10, maybe people like me that don't buy any cosmetics, maybe I'll give you $10 to buy whatever.
Exactly.
So
right.
Will that happen? I don't know. But I'm still a little bit surprised that they're not coming up with a price hike or anything like that. So maybe they're just waiting to see what happens. This might be their Hail Mary in a lot of circumstances. But But all right, let's talk some games that we saw. So you already talked about Doom: The Dark Ages. As a local resident Doom fanatic, I actually thought this looked better than I anticipated from the very brief snippet that we got. My biggest thing is the story in Doom Eternal ended. So when it was rumored that they were working on a Quake game, that made sense. But over the past 6 months or so, that's been like, no, they're actually working on a Doom game. And then we had that leak from the FTC trial of something called Doom Year Zero. So Doom: The Dark Ages is a prequel. You're the Doom Slayer, and he's got full with Wolf. What do you want to call that? Wolf Mane.
Wolf Mane, I guess, in the back.
Yeah, Wolf Mane on the helmet there, but looks like it's melee focused in a lot of ways, which I did not expect that. Like, again, I didn't know what they were going to do with a new Doom game, considering Doom Eternal was more of a character action game than a first person shooter in a lot of ways. So it makes sense. And the chainsaw on the shield, like that's straight out of like Cliffy B brain of just like, that just makes too much sense. Like whoever thought of that is a genius.
Oh, I mean, I'm a big fan of what I saw.
Yeah.
I'm becoming more and more of a simple gamer where little things will win me over. And this was basically one of those things, like if you put a grappling hook in the game, you might get a point.
Right.
Like if you put a shield you can throw and bounce around like Captain America, you might get a point. And like this one had a chainsaw on it too. Like, yeah, we're good. We're going to play this. We're going to play this all the way through at least twice.
Yeah. It looks like it's, I won't say like Dynasty Warriors, but like while there are heavies, it looks like it's more focused on bigger sort of combat arenas with a lot more grunts, a lot more of just like, you're just going to cause some chaos. And like you said, it's got a Captain America shield. He freaking threw the shield and then stapled a couple dudes to a wall, then grabbed the shield, ripped the ripcord on it, and it was a freaking chainsaw. It's just, like, this team gets it. In many ways, like we've talked about the Doom lore. It's just like, you guys aren't quite hitting it with the Doom lore, but the stuff that you come up with gameplay wise is just so ridiculous. Like, it's in a good way. And again, as a Doom fan, when they brought it back in 2016, did I think we would get another additional 2 games? Absolutely not. Did I think we were going to get character action games? Absolutely not. So I'm a fan here. So that was a great way to start the show. Besides, start the show. Granted, Call of Duty started it, but we knew this one was coming, but I think it showed pretty well.
Yeah, that to me is the best kind of showing, when you know it's coming and then it still shows well. Like that's the 1-2 punch for me. You want your big surprises, you out of nowhere stuff, but at the same time, if you know something's around the corner and they show it and it's as good as you expect it to be, like that's how you know you got to hit your hands, and hopefully it is a big hit for them.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So let's see what else we got here. So we finally saw Perfect Dark.
You're skipping the zombie game.
Which zombie game? Oh, State of Decay. So we did see State of Decay 3. Apparently, when it was over the shoulder, like apparently that was gameplay. They claimed that was gameplay. So
sure it was.
I'm not a State of Decay person. This didn't look bad, but I don't know if it sold me.
Like I was telling you during the broadcast, it's the biggest thing going against State of Decay 3 is we as a kind of collective fan base of nerds and geeks are kind of out of zombies. And the fact that they didn't show gameplay, for me, they didn't show gameplay they didn't show like a Left 4 Dead style gameplay of, look at this horde of zombies coming at you, what are you going to do in this situation, or something like that. It left me just going, oh, this is another State of Decay. I don't care. Only because I don't know what to care for. Like, is it the story? Because I don't know the story of State of Decay. Is it the characters? I don't know any of these characters.
That's where it misses for me, is like, it's more about the stories that you make of just like, hey, I started this settlement and this happened. And for me, like, I've just never been into those style of games. And State of Decay 2, I liked it, but man, that game was janky. Like, in a good way for many people, but for me, for that type of experience, I need it to be a little bit smoother, I guess you could say. From what I understand, they're actually still supporting that game. Like, that game's gotten it's gotten like 24 patches or something like that, like 24 major updates. And if you would have told me that, I would have been like, no, absolutely not. But
that's more than Back 4 Blood.
Right. So that's, yeah, maybe this will be the one that finally gets me. But like, I've always been interested in the co-op nature of it because you can kind of start like a co-op town together with people, and so maybe this will be the one that'll do it for us. So
Yeah, I do want to jump into it just to see what it's like, but honestly, like I'm such a particular zombie shooter, you know, like if it's not a Left 4 Dead horror type of thing, like I don't think I'm into it. Like the more narrative you push into a zombie game for me, like what was the other thing they had on Xbox? You know what I'm talking about.
it was zombie.
It's just yeah, you just kill zombies all day, like in a mall at one point.
Oh, Dead Rising.
Yes, thank you, Dead Rising, like stuff like that. That's where I like my zombies to be.
Right. I like unrealistic things. So yeah,
Yeah.
I like it a little bit. You know, I want to smash hordes of zombies like in Call of Duty. So,
Exactly
yeah.
right.
Maybe, like I said, maybe this will be the one. But I'm just usually not a survival person. Didn't look bad, but I wanted more gameplay considering that one was announced in 2020, I think. So no date on it though either. So we'll see. But all right, let's continue. So I'm not going in any particular order here.
Oh, I was going in order of reveal actually.
Oh, so the list that the list I have up is not in any order, so go for it.
After that was Dragon Age, if I'm not mistaken.
Dragon Age: The Veilguard, I believe.
The Veilguard.
So okay, I'm
yes.
confused. Is this different than? Is this the new Dragon? I thought the new one was called like Wolfbane or something like that. Am I drunk?
I don't know what
Okay.
you're talking about. I just knew there was a new Dragon Age coming out, and I can't say I was hype about it because they've been dropping the ball of Dragon Age for quite a few many years here, and watching this one, I still feel like they don't really know what Dragon Age audience wants.
Right. So officially, it was called Dragon Age Dreadwolf, but this is the new game. They have changed the name of it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I mean,
it's strange, but
at the end of the day, like when it comes to Dragon Age, I'm a huge Dragon Age 2 fan. I think I'm going on a limb and say most big Dragon Age fans are fans of either the first or the second. The second probably the biggest one. And the aesthetic there was very particular, super particular. Like it was like Diablo-esque in a way. To see what they're doing with this, having to be more light affair, more jokey, more snarky, like bright colors, and it's like, what? I don't think this is what people want from Dragon Age. Still, like, I don't know if they're focus testing from the beginning stages of development enough.
for me, it even as not a fan of Dragon Age because I just never got into them. To me, from the outside, it's like I feel like this is not what Dragon Age is. Like that was that's just kind of where I was just like, I feel like you guys missed something here. But again, it's a single player game. I know that, but like that trailer made it seem like it wasn't. So if it's the problem is like there's so many of those character shooters out now that it kind of looked like that, but it's not. So maybe this is one where when the gameplay comes out, it'll click. But I just don't think this trailer did it any favors for the people that were sort of in the middle. And I think for the fans, like you said, it's just like, like not really what I want. But maybe the gameplay will be the thing.
I hope so, because the gameplay in 2 was very tactical, very 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 unforgiving at points. You can make it as hard as you want, type of thing. Simple to play, hard to master, type of thing. The gameplay could make it, however, again, aesthetically speaking, I just don't. I don't know who over there at EA is just like, yeah, let's make Dragon Age bright, colorful, and fun. Like, no, I really don't want that to happen.
It just doesn't feel right. So, all right. So then I think after that we got, was it Starfield?
Yes, the DLC, the expansion, I guess.
Shattered Space, going sort of horror sci-fi route, which is kind of interesting. But we were not Starfield fans. I'm sure fans of that game were super anticipating this. I don't. We said our piece about Starfield, just not for me. You were more harsh on it, so I don't think this is going to change your mind. So,
I mean, they didn't show anything to make me change my mind. It was a story trailer.
I'm surprised they didn't, because they just did that big update to where they kind of, they added 60 frames, they added maps and a lot of
they added maps.
Yeah, they added the stuff that that you really wanted and should have been there at launch. But there was also talk about adding new ways to traverse, like some type of
vehicle.
Yeah, some type of vehicle of some kind that you're going to traverse these plants on, and they didn't show that. I'm surprised they didn't talk about that, because they talked about a new update coming today that's more customization focused. But that happened, and apparently like people are really happy with that update. And for people that were kind of like, I really want to like this, it seems like there was enough TLC there to kind of bring it forward. But for people like you and I, it's just like, not for me kind of thing. It doesn't seem like it's going to change. So like, this looked interesting, I'll give it that. But this is definitely where one of those trailers to where it's like, I know how this game plays, and I know it's not going to be nearly as interesting as I want it to be. But yeah, no, it looks fine for what it is. So
yeah, I mean, like I was talking to my cousin earlier. He was asking me something about some video games. I'm just like, yeah, because my answer to this question essentially was, gamers are dumb. They're the dumbest of the geeks and nerds. Like the people who love movies also love TV, also read books. So people who love books also watch TV. They also do like as much as I love gaming as a hobby, I still have other hobbies that I love to enjoy, that when a game is not performing to my expectations, I can say, you know what, this game sucks, I'm turning it off, uninstalling, I'm doing something else with my life. Gamers don't do that. Gamers first don't have other things to do. So they wait for Starfield to come out, and it's not good. It's flat out not good. But you can't tell yourself that it's not good. You have to stick with this game for the rest of your life until they make another Skyrim, Starfield, or Fallout.
Right.
Other than that, you have nothing else to do, and it's so sad because your DLC is basic map updates. Like, you might get a vehicle. Like, what? Like, this is out of control. The first expansion, it looks narratively good. However, you now have to play this game again, and with what? With what are the new skills? What are the new abilities?
Right.
Like, who are the new enemies? Like, there's it's just another Bethesda promise of, we're making it bigger and better, but what are you making bigger and better? One of the things they showed in that trailer was, new locations. It's like, I already have 5,000 planets I can go to.
Right. What's so special about these new locations? Like, is it,
like,
if it's literally just somewhere to land, that doesn't really do much for me.
Right. So the whole point of this marketing gimmick campaign for the original game is, for original release, was there's 10,000 planets you can go to. So now there's more locations. So what?
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I wanted to like Starfield. I think you were just done with Starfield, and who knows? Maybe eventually, when they get the complete edition or whatever they call it, maybe it'll click for me. But yeah, this did not sell me. I will not be lining up to play Shattered Space day one. So let's move on here. So I think this was next, and I could be wrong, but this was a game. It's called Expedition 33. This is coming from Sandfall Interactive, and I don't think they've ever, is this their first game? Let's take a look. But I was trying to look it up briefly, but this looked dope. Like, yeah, I don't know how else to say it. Yeah, like,
sure did.
When it first came up, I was like, what? At first I thought it might have been that Lost Odyssey remake that was being teased, and it kind of looked like it from the gameplay. But like, no, this is like a very Persona-esque looking combat system, but in a not hyper realistic, but a realistic looking art style. But like, I don't even know how to describe this one. Like, the world was ending, and like there's like alternate realities, but then it cuts to gameplay, and it's a straight up like turn-based game, but like, it looks flashy as hell, and it looked freaking cool. Like, this game might be like the surprise of the show in terms of just like, didn't know what this game was, and I would play this right now if I could. Like, this looks absolutely phenomenal.
Yep. This is that game of the show that should steal the show.
Right.
Like, for most people, like, it's really hitting all those kind of points for me, because it's like, I got some weeb action in there. I got some I got some flashy combat. I got my turn-based stuff in there. Like it's all kind of, and it's all in that aesthetic that is not super drab serious. Like it's taking itself seriously, but it's not so depressing.
Right.
You know, like it is flashy. It's fun without someone telling a joke type of thing. Everything just looks amazing. Like this, like I was actually pretty knocked on my ass for this one, and it's all going to come down to just how good that gameplay is, and if that gameplay can kind of carry it throughout. Because if you compare it to Persona, like Persona gameplay is at this point we know what that is, but that style and the substance has been able to carry it. I'm wondering if Expedition 33 can do the same thing. If it can just take that over the top style and action and just carry your game. Because so far, that one trailer that's the day one purchase for me. Like if I didn't have Game Pass, I'm buying that game.
Right. Yeah. Game Pass day one, Xbox Series X and PC. So so it has been confirmed Doom is coming to PlayStation 5 as well. But there was no mention of what games are coming to PlayStation. So this might be an exclusive or a timed exclusive, something like that. But PC and I guess we can't assume it's both Game Pass, but it does say Game Pass Series X and S and PC. So runs on Unreal Engine 5. But yeah, no, check out the trailer for that one because it kind of reminds me like the visual style. Like if they were making a sequel to Final Fantasy 13, it would look like this. Like that. Right. That's the best way I can describe it. So I am that person. I like Final Fantasy 13 for some of its things. I'm not blown away by it, but I love the way that game looked when you were playing it. So, but it looked like there was also some type of active time battle, like when they were playing, like it said like perfect and stuff like that. So it looks like there might be some type of, Mario RPG style of timing your button presses and stuff like that. So, but all right. We skipped Fallout 76. It looks like I don't really have much to say on it. We're not Fallout 76 players. This did not. I think those players will be happy, but I don't.
Right. Exactly. It's more like that MMO type thing is if you're already in it, it's probably just good news in general. Just more stuff that you like.
Exactly. Yeah. So I tried to get back into it recently, and it's just not grabbing me. So for those people, it probably looks good. But South of Midnight was up next from Compulsion. We got some first time gameplay, third person over the shoulder sort of action. Looks like a character action game, but it is not like a Devil May Cry or anything like that. It's a little bit slower. You got a grappling hook. You got some open worldness style. To me, it looked like a Tomb Raider that was a little bit more melee focused.
Yeah, I don't really know what to think about this one yet. Compulsion Games is real hit or miss with this stuff. I appreciate the aesthetic of it. I do like that Southern Bayou swampy setting. The voice acting seemed pretty good.
Well, and it seems like the goal of this game is you're going through this sort of swampy area and it's been overtaken by blight or darkness or something like that, and you're sort of bringing life back to it. But I could not tell is this like a true open world or is it linear? And it seemed like it might be. Again, I'm getting strong Tomb Raider vibes of maybe like semi-open world of different hubs. At one point, she's gliding through air and she's going up to a tower and ringing this bell, and there's just some strong semi-open world vibes from it. But it looked good though, like visually, like it's got that sort of but not Miles Morales. What's the one Spider-Man movie?
Oh, Into the Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse, yeah, the Spider-Verse movies. It's got that sort of choppy style. We were talking about it for the cutscenes. It's not working for me, but for the actual gameplay, I think it looks pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I'm going to really want to like, but looking at the gameplay, it looks a little too basic for me. I like the combat specifically. This game seems to me like it should have been more puzzle based. If anything, that combat seems a little tacked on. It's gonna really be a character story driven game for me. If that character, those characters, let's just keep it real, like that giant catfish is kind of cool looking.
Yeah, it's the art is strong.
Yeah, like if the characters in the story can pull it through, then I think I will end up enjoying this more than I thought. But if it's too much of the combat, that comment looks kind of stale to me. So I don't. So I'm on the fence about this one because again, Compulsion Games, they can make something that's really like they really tried and swing for the fences when they make games. So like sometimes stuff ends up pretty good. Sometimes stuff is a little shaky and gets pretty good. I'm wondering how this is gonna come out the gate.
Yeah, and for me, this is easily they're going to be their biggest game they've ever made. So with them having a full, say a full budget, but this looks to be a full AAA title. So for them, that's new. Again, I'm not sold on it, but it looks good. Like I'm definitely curious. So they did put a year on it of 2025. So at least we know that's coming. So like this and Clockwork Revolution, which was not there, were kind of the two biggest question marks for Microsoft and some of their first party teams. So. But all right, let's see what was next. Next, we got World of Warcraft. I think coming out 8/26.
76. Yeah.
Yeah.
This was World of Warcraft.
Yeah. If you're into World of Warcraft, you're probably excited. So what I will say is that Blizzard showed up here twice, but both with just their cinematic trailers that they normally do, which is kind of strange because typically when they do, these are BlizzCon announcements usually, but there's no BlizzCon this year. And typically the reason that I won't say allow this, but they show this is because as soon as they do the cinematic trailer, then they have like a 90-minute deep dive of gameplay. But without any gameplay of this, as a fan of Diablo, which we'll talk about later, it's just like, I don't know what to expect here. So yeah, that cinematic trailer was great, but it would have been cool to, you might have to change up your style if this is how you're going to be doing it going forward. And if you're not going to bring back BlizzCon, I think you're going to have to start doing more trailers that have gameplay in them to kind of give people an idea of what's going on. But maybe maybe my read on that is wrong. But for Diablo, you definitely needed to do that. So,
well, the people that I know that still play WoW, they already know all the updates coming along with this. So they know they have the whole spreadsheet breakdown. So like that would need to be a thing separate from this show. Like after this show, they had the whole Call of Duty 6 breakdown that's still going on right now. They would need to do one for World of Warcraft as well because there's a lot of new things that you don't show in a cinematic trailer. Right,
and I'm sure that's coming. It's just for me, it's strange that this is how they chose to show it off, if that makes sense. But it is what it is. But again, I don't have much to say. It looks cool, I guess. So. Next we got, let's see here, Metal Gear Solid Delta, I think it's called, which is the remake of Snake Eater. Not a Metal Gear person, you are. So how did you think this looked?
Oh man, this is just this one hurts. This one hurts the heart because technically it looks phenomenal, and I'm getting Twin Snakes flashbacks because technically. It looks great. The upgrade in every aspect looks phenomenal. Even I saw CQC takedowns, the hold up positions, the the animations all looks great. The problem is the guy who made it
isn't
not
doing it
there. So at the end of the day, I feel like it's gonna be a very fine game that people will enjoy, including myself. But at the end of the day, I feel like there's gonna be that unquantifiable thing missing, like that heart, that soul. That's gonna be like, it's good, but just wasn't it.
Well, and I don't remember who's making this. So like Konami definitely is the platform holder, but it looks to me similar to the Silent Hill 2 remake that's coming from Bloober Team. It's just like you said. It's like. You can remake the game and it's going to look better because it was a PS2 game, we've come so far technologically that like it would be shocking if it didn't look better. So, but there's things that make that game what it is. And so for you to remake it without Kojima is just like, good luck, like I'm not saying it can't be done, but when you look at when we looked at the remake for Resident Evil 2, 3, and 4, and eventually 5, 6, like they're doing that, you can instantly see like it's the same game underneath, like that heart and soul is there. Right. And it sounds like you're feeling it's like, I'm not seeing that. Like it looks technical, but it just looks like it's missing whatever, that heart. So.
And I don't know how to explain it either because like I still remember when they when he first showcased the original on the PlayStation E3 MGS Snake Eater, and I'm just like, even the presentation was just so unique and crazy, you know, like where it's like this is just kind of like, yeah, we made Snake Eater again with better graphics. I'm like,
Right.
okay,
Yeah, we'll see.
and
All right, lost my place. I've got the thing up. So, Dead Air is great. Don't you just?
I got Sea of Thieves.
That's right. Okay, so Sea of Thieves update season 13. Is that right?
Yeah, 13.
13. So we have tried to play Sea of Thieves on this show many times, and I want to love Sea of Thieves.
We both do.
Right, we really do. I think at this point, the ship has sailed for us, but it just hit PlayStation, so that has seen a resurgence in many ways. I'm not giving Sea of Thieves another chance. I'm not. I want to, but there's just too much other stuff to play. So it looks cool though.
I mean, like, man, like just make Sea of Thieves 2. Like,
right.
You've revamped the combat a bit, and then revamp the way revamp how quests are done so that it's not so rinse and repeat, and that you don't have to wait for season 13 huge drop to do cool things with cool ships. Like, I should be able to do this almost all the time. I should be able to just sail the seas, find some things with my friends, and go, wait, this is actually pretty cool. Like, you know, I shouldn't have to wait for these huge drops every X amount of months or years. Like, I want to like this game more than I do, but it's still more of a concept game than a full release for me.
Yeah, and I think for me and for many others, it's like everyone has their service game, and like for me, it's Diablo. Like, Diablo is the game that I come back and check out every season. Sea of Thieves is one where I think it's just a little bit harder because of what it is. It takes longer to get into that loop, and that onboarding is just a little rough for some people. I'm sure there's stuff that, like, we played with the other Cory one time, and we had a good time with it. But then when we went back the next time, we just didn't have that. We didn't have that feeling again. So it's very hit or miss, I think, for some people. But for me, like I said, I want to like it more than I do, but we'll see. So I wonder if they're ever going to make a Sea of Thieves 2. I wonder, or if they're just going to, how long are they going to keep going with this one, I guess. So,
I mean, they just released it on a PS5,
right. So
might be a while.
But is that going to be the final time we see Sea of Thieves, like in terms of a new platform?
It should be.
Yeah. Or is it coming to Switch 2, So. All right, moving on. Next, we got Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn, which was actually showed last year. Was supposed to be out already, I believe, but it looks like it got delayed. But coming July 18th, 2024. So right around the corner here. And this is coming from Kepler and A44, who made Ashen. And I was actually a huge fan of Ashen. This game looks dope, yo. Like, third-person action. It's not a Souls-like, it looks like. But I don't even know how to describe this. Like, it's got a combination of melee, it's got weapons, it's got magic, it's got spells, it's got traversal. Like, it is a third-person action game that is right up my alley, and I'm pumped for this one. And with it being just around the corner, like, it looks like if Assassin's Creed was good again. Did I say that out loud? If Assassin's Creed was good again, that'd be great.
Apologies, I was eating jerky.
What kind of jerky?
So, not a sponsor, guys. I hear that on YouTube a lot. Jacklink sucks.
Yeah, I'm not a Jacklink
All of them
person.
suck.
Yeah.
Jacklink, but Old Trapper, big fan.
Old Trapper. I have to look into that. I've been getting into beef jerky a lot lately. Old Trapper.
Old Trapper is like, it doesn't have that weird extra processy taste to things. It's just.
If I eat beef jerky and I can feel it on my teeth afterwards, that's bad.
That stuff, yeah. That's not on this, no.
Good. I'm going to look into this.
Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn. I was thinking it looked like Forspoken going right. Like this, like it was flashy as heck. The combat was smooth, and when I was thinking going into this new generation of, well, now old generation of consoles, I was hoping for upgrades like this in terms of gameplay. You know, like it wasn't just graphics. It wasn't even mostly graphics. I really wanted this kind of gameplay that seemed so smooth and fluid and just something that you couldn't do before. Like everything I saw on this showing was just kind of like, yeah, this is you couldn't have done this last generation. This is crazy. Like everything was just so smooth and when one enemy went to the next one, and there's so many enemies on screen at one point in time, it's just like I feel like if I played this game, I have no idea what's coming around the corner next.
Yeah, and it's got that. It's a Souls-lite, which there's a dime a dozen of those these days. But this one looks like it's trying something different. You know, this doesn't look like Lords of the Fallen, which is like, yo, we made a Dark Souls game. Like that's like this looks like it's trying to do its own thing, and it looks faster, it looks smoother. So like it looks like the one that might resonate with me. So honestly, one of the better looking games of the show for me, like top 3 for me of just like I want to play that, and it's cool that it's right around the corner. So.
Is it also coming out on PlayStation 5 at the same time?
I don't know. Let's take a look. Flintlock. So it's Game Pass day 1. I know that. Flintlock.
Because Expedition 33 is also coming on PS5, but I just don't know when.
Flintlock is PC, Xbox, and PlayStation 5. Yes.
Yeah, this is gonna be a hit.
Yeah,
across the board.
I hope it is. Yeah, it looks really strong. It showed really strong. So, all right. Next up, we got. Let's take a look. See. Age of Mythology Retold. It's another one. Not for me. Like I like strategy games, but Age of Empires was more me. I'm not really a mythology person. Looks good though. Like I just don't have much to say on it.
I'm with you. It's gonna be a game I want to love for no reason other than it looks fun. It looks good. It feels like a game I would actually like. But at the end of the day, I'm going to download something on Game Pass, put in an hour and a half, and go, all right, I'm done.
Right. So yeah. September 4th, 2024, Game Pass, Series X and S, as well as PC. So, Age of Empires did actually come out on console, and pretty actually decent port of it. Works better on controller than you think. So this would be when I'd still play on PC. But no, it looks fun. So, all right. Next we had probably, I don't want to say a surprise, but a game we've been waiting to see in some capacity. The reboot of Perfect Dark. So we finally saw it in action. This is coming from Crystal Dynamics and the Initiative. It's first person, which at one point I thought they said it was third person. Maybe I made that up. It was about a 2 to 3 minute gameplay demo, as well as sort of a concept trailer. So it showed sort of when she first got there, it was more stealth based, and she scanned the security guard. So she'd get in through this door, and then she was sneaking around and Mission Impossible style stuff. But then it sort of cut to a Mirror's Edge sort of traversal system to where she's like running up pipes and running off walls to try to figure this out. And she's got all these different gadgets, and she's sliding under things, almost like Dying Light. And then she finally pulls out her gun and doesn't use it for a while. She shoots like an alarm, and then, so it reminded me a lot of like a Splinter Cell, but as well as like an espionage hitman sort of thing. It looked cool, but I'm calling bullshit a little bit on this one. I don't think this was actual gameplay. What was your take on it?
I'm calling. First of all, are we swearing in this show now?
Oh yeah, I guess I should probably. Yeah, it's been a while, but
I'm calling bullcrap on the entire thing. This was all right. I'm initial reactions. We just finished watching this. I'm going to say right off the bat, this is my most disliked by far trailer, to the point where I actively dislike it. I don't like anything I saw. I don't like this trailer. To me, reminds me of the old school like E3 like bait and switch trailers.
Right, yeah, vertical slice crap. Yeah,
absolutely. Like, just like, and again, like, so the trailer starts off with her doing some sneaky stuff, like stealing some guy's voice and using that voice to get into a building. I'm just like, why even show me that, knowing damn well you're not going to be that kind of game. You're not going to be Deus Ex.
Well, but see, so my thing is that I don't think it was trying to be Deus Ex, but it seemed like it was a Agent Under Fire actually did this way back in the day of there's one location you want to get to and there's 3 ways to get to it. And so if you miss the first one and you miss the second one, those are kind of more your tactical ways. There's still the guns a-blazing approach, but it didn't it didn't present it that way. Again, the way it was moving and the way that the camera was moving was where I'm just like, I'm calling BS on it, because it's just like it was too smooth. It was way too, organic for it to happen that way. So if they're going for that way of just like, hey, there's 3 or 4 ways to tackle each situation, like, okay, I'll believe you.
There's not, though.
So
there's not. There's not. I don't believe it. That's why I'm calling it bullcrap. I don't think there is.
But
that's the only way into that building.
But if there is, that's interesting, because we've seen it can work. Like Hitman has done it, but this game has been in development for so long, like, and they haven't talked about this. Again, this felt more like a vertical slice concept trailer than anything. And if they can achieve that, hats off to them.
If it is indeed that, as you said, I agree with you. I'm saying right after, I want to come back to this and be absolutely wrong. I'm telling you right now, that is not what's happening.
Right.
That is a one-time deal that you're gonna do over and over and over again, and you only get in there one time. That's the only way to get in and out of that building, and the rest is all just this vertical slice set up. And when she slide kicks the dude,
right,
and then head pieces 3 more guys, I'm like,
Bulletstorm.
That's a one button press, like, Splinter Cell takedown thing. No one's doing that. Like, that's not a player doing that.
Right.
And to me that's just less cool.
Well, and
because in Bulletstorm you do that, it's all the player work. In Doom you do that, it's all player work. And that's what makes it cool.
For me, like, this is one of those to where, like, the trailer starts out, it says in-game footage and cinematics. And it's like, what? You didn't tell me which part was in-game and which part was cinematics, other than the obvious, right? Like, like this is
right.
So it's like, okay, so you might be able to get away. It's just, we've been part of this industry and we've seen this way too long of, like, there is some smoke and mirrors going on here of some capacity, and that's fine. But I just want to know to what degree. I want to know to what degree is the smoke and mirrors. So, but also there's been rumors about this game being in development hell. I mean, look, the initiative in general has been a failed experiment so far. I mean, this was supposed to be the studio that was, that Microsoft made, that was going to be the ultimate studio, the master class of, we've got all these big time developers, they're coming in, and it just hasn't worked. So at the end of the day, I want them to just make a really good Perfect Dark game. The one thing I'll say is that I'm kind of excited about, it looks like they're going to be doing some alien stuff maybe, which is that original Perfect Dark I was a big fan of how that game, the second half was more about alien. Like, that game got weird in a really good way, in my opinion. So I'm hoping they're going to go back to that. But yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic about this one, but no date on that one at all, not even a year. So that one's at least a couple years away. So
this game's not real.
Yeah, which again comes back to the vertical slice comment of, like, I think this might have just been a vertical slice.
This game is not real. Nope.
Yeah, we'll see. But all right, so moving on from Perfect Dark, we had Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred. They did the opening cinematic. No gameplay at all. They did not announce anything during the trailer about, like, the new class or anything like that. They did announce it after the fact. I can't even remember what it's called now. The Spirit. What did I say? The Spirit Giver? Spirit something?
Yeah, that's a stupid thing to do, though. Like,
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah. October 6th. So, I mean, I'm a Diablo player, so I will October 8th, 2024. I'll be playing that day one. But again, it comes back to what we said about I just don't think if this was BlizzCon, that'd be fine, because we know we're going to see a bunch of gameplay on it. But we did not. All we saw was this trailer, which Diablo is a isometric top-down action RPG. So, not seeing it just yet. Give me 30 seconds of what the new class looks like. That's all I'm asking for.
Listen, as a Diablo hater right now, it just did nothing for me. And it's not someone who wants to hate Diablo. Like, it's someone who, like, I love the Diablo premise and setup and gameplay. Just give me a good, give me a reason to come back to it. Because when I first played the vanilla version, it was not good.
We're almost there. Good. Yeah, we can talk about Diablo 4 in one of our episodes if you want. But I've gone through the new season. But I'm excited for that reason though too, is because Diablo 4 is almost there. Like it is 90% there. There's a very solid.
How about you show me during your showcase, Microsoft, so I
Right.
can go back in there? Because I know it took Diablo 3 quite a while to get to that point, and it got to that point, and it was phenomenal. I'm waiting for Diablo 4 to get there, and all I'm hearing is these little patchy updates, and it's like, oh, this is good, this sucks, this is good, this sucks. But I'm like, show me the new things in the game, because
yeah, for me, it's, Diablo is usually bad until the first expansion. Like that's typically how, like, people like to think that Diablo 2 was good when it came out. Diablo 2 was good, but it had a lot of issues. It had a ton of issues, and it's typically the expansion that fixes it. Not Reaper of Souls, that was Diablo 3. Lord of Destruction for Diablo 2, like that's when that game went from great to legendary. And the same thing would happen with Diablo 3. With Diablo 3, they did Loot 2.0, which was part of the Reaper of Souls update and the Greater Rifts and stuff like that. So to me, what it feels like is that this is Diablo 4 is in Loot 2.0 right now, but they got the loot part done before the expansion. So, and part of that is because of the season. I think they're going to fine tune the loot that they've currently created. And what I really want to see is sets come back. I want sets to come back for Diablo 4, but we'll see if it happens. But yeah, like you said, but no gameplay. We don't really know much about it. So all that information is coming, but it would have been cool. Just give me a 30-second whatever of what I'm actually going to be looking at. So
yeah, because I mean, I'm also famously not into most video game cutscenes. So like the even the story part of this, I'm like, I don't really care. Like, it looks cool.
right.
Diablo showing up at the end was that's a really good cinematic, but I'm just like,
Wasn't Diablo,
right.
by the way.
No.
Yeah.
Who was it?
That was Mephisto.
That's a Spider-Man guy.
I gotta hate you so much. All right, moving on. Fable. We got to see Fable again, and mix of gameplay and cinematics. A good showing, but not what I wanted from it. Still looks absolutely phenomenal from a visuals perspective. Like there's been a lot of bull shots that people have been trying to call on this one, but I'm not with them on that. I think that's what this game looks like. Truly, the engine that they're using is very high end. I do want to see an extended gameplay trailer. Like, I want to see not these snippets. I want to see what a 2 to 3 minute, what does it look like as I'm running through town, etc. What am I going to be doing? But I'm getting excited about this one. I'm cautiously optimistic about this one. How did you feel about it?
When it comes to Fable, I'm very much I need to be hands-on with Fable, because a story trailer is not going to do anything for me. And then they said there was gameplay in it, and I'm not saying it's bullshots, but at the same time, it's definitely
It's cherry picked.
some post-processing happening at the end. Like, they're adding some things to it.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I feel like it looks as good as it does because I feel like most of the combat's going to be more one-on, maybe 2 or 3.
Right.
Like, it's not going to be a whole lot of things on screen at a time. It's going to be a little more kind of hyper-focused on certain areas. And without a lot of things happening in the background, within a lot of characters. And that's not a bad thing if you're telling especially if you're telling a well-crafted story with cool characters and whatnot. And the character they had on screen doing most of the talking.
Well, and it was
really
about
fun character.
Yeah, it was about choice as well. Like, this one seemed to really kind of hone in the fact that you do have choices, which is where Fable sort of cut its teeth on. I won't say it was the first game to do it, but they tried to sell it on that of are you good or bad? And granted, at the end of the day, it wasn't like, red path, blue path, but there was stuff you could do along the way. But like Fable 2 and 3, like, it still had that stuff, but I'll be interested to see how this one shapes up and how much choice matters and stuff like that. They did put a date on it, 2025, which is final confirmation that we are going to get it. I have a feeling this is going to be one that they do a deep dive when they do their January developer direct. I think this is going to be their what's the word? I won't say landmark game, but I think Microsoft is going to push this one to the moon, and I think this is going to be their big game for next year. Based upon what we saw today, I have a feeling this is going to be their big, besides Call of Duty, obviously, for next holiday. So looks cool. Yeah, looks
I
cool.
agree. It looks really good. So I'm hoping it is very heavy on the RPG aspect of things.
Right. So, All right. Next, we had a very quick debut of, what was it called? Card Punk? What was it? I can't remember now.
Frag Punk,
which is a 5v5 shooter, but it's card based in some ways. It looked like there was card effects. There was 3 cards. One of them had like a death. Death came out of nowhere. It was called Death's Embrace, and one of them had big head mode, and so the headshots got easier. Kind of hard to understand exactly what was going on. And I think the name Fragpunk is absolutely terrible. But what did you think?
Man, like it's one of those games where the execution is going to really make or break this game. I mean, most obviously, but I mean, like in terms of like the balancing and what things do, because it being a 5-on-5 hero shooter, I'm already kind of on the fence about it. But then you add this aesthetic to it. Is this basically like Cyberpunk Radio? What was that? Jet Set Radio? Kind of coloring aspect and stylized to it. And I'm just like, it could be something. Like, what's just really selling me is the card aspect of it, and it's again like, how does that work, and is it gonna be as fun as you showed it? Like, how does it work with other people's cards? And like, it left a lot of questions for me, and I don't really like a hero shooter, but if you're going to do some stuff like what they did, it might be pretty fun.
Yeah, to me, like it looks like it's not trying to take itself seriously, but it, like you said, it has the opportunity to be a fun spin on that genre, I guess you could say, because 5v5, there's so many 5v5 games out right now, and then we got Marvel coming out with a new one, so it's just like it's hard to stand out in this, and the card aspect could be cool, but the question is how much does it change the battle? Like can these cards really sway it? Like, is timing of these cards going to matter, or is it more of just like, look, we made everybody blue, like, isn't that's fun, right? Everyone's got big heads. Oh, right? Look, like, everybody's 4 feet tall now, like, okay, like, does it actually change the dynamic of the game, or is it just more fun stuff? So tough to say.
Because you mentioned like Death showing up, and that's where it ended.
Right.
Like, or rather, like, he still had to, Death showed up. He still had to shoot the guy to death, and then Death showed up after, like, for a death animation. Is that all it does? Like, I don't know.
Right.
There's so many things I need to get hands on with this one.
Yeah. So 2025 didn't have a Game Pass logo or anything on it, so I'm not really sure. And I don't really know the developer either. Who was it? Bad Guitar. Oh, so this is a NetEase game. So this is a Chinese game. NetEase is Chinese, right? Am I making that up?
Sure. I don't know.
Yeah, Chinese. Yeah. So they are known for making a lot of these types of games. So yeah, interesting to see.
Do they have a good one out that you know about, or?
So they're also doing Marvel Rivals, which is the one that people are excited about. But they do Diablo Immortal, which people do like, but not for me. But no, like, those are their kind of big ones right now. They did do Naraka Blade Point is that one. Okay. Yeah, so they are the publisher of just Naraka. I don't think they actually made that game, but these are the style of games that they make, basically. So it'll be interesting, but kind of out of place. I felt like this one was just kind of, it's not on Game Pass. It might free to play. Maybe that's why it's not on Game Pass. But it seems like Microsoft seems to think that was a good one to get. But again, we'll see. So.
Yeah, I mean, they want a Valorant, so this is their chance at that.
But they already have the Valorant stuff on game. It's again, strange. Like, if you have Game Pass, don't you get all the Valorant stuff? Oh, no, I'm thinking, no, that's not Valorant. What's the name of that game?
No, you think it is Valorant? No,
I thought it was League. I thought it was League of Legends.
Isn't Valorant also one of them that we get?
See, I don't even know. Let's take a look. Valorant, Riot Games, yeah. So yeah, I guess if you have Game Pass, yeah, so you get all the heroes or whatever, or something like that. So yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but they definitely want their own. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, like, that's fair. Game Pass members get all current agents, day one access to every new agent, and 20% match XP boost. So, and Valorant coming to consoles. So we found that out at Summer Games Fest. So. All right, next from Pine Creek Games, we have, I forgot the name of it, the mouse game. What's the heck is the name of the game?
Winterborough.
There you go, Winterborough. So Pine Creek Games, like I like some of their older stuff. I shouldn't say older stuff, some of just their other games. This one, what's the word I want to use here? This doesn't look like a game that I would enjoy, but it looks cool, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
It depends on. So, I'm the guy that put way too many hours into Strike While the Iron's Hot, which is on Game Pass. There's a good chance I will love this game, but just looking at it though is not nothing's really selling it for me. Like it's gonna be one of those games to where if the crafting is neat enough and the story is fun enough that I might fall into it. So like I'm optimistic about this one.
Yeah, it appears that a couple more details have come out that this is a survival game. Like, so it's going to have survival elements actually baked in. And I don't know if that was super clear from the trailer.
Kind of a fan.
Yeah, art style looks really cool. As I'm skimming through the trailer here. So yeah, I guess there was a couple moments of crafting as well as like, survival elements that were built in. So you can track different things that you need, like wood and stuff like that. So it seems like it might be a full-on survival game. So not for me, but you like that genre. So it seems like you're at least gonna check it out. So let's at least
check it out.
Coming early to 2025, and it is a Game Pass Day 1 game on both console and PC. All right, next we have from, I don't remember the team name. Is this a new team? Don't remember. I'm trying to get to the end of the trailer. Dead air for everybody. What was the name of the game? I totally forgot.
Mixtape.
There you go. Mixtape. Yes. Mixtape coming from Annapurna and Vic Screen. I am not familiar with Vic Screen. Let's do a quick. So Annapurna, though, we know what they do. They make games that are a little different. You know, they're more, I want to say artsy, but they are art sort of focused games as well as games. I already know you're going to be like absolutely not on this one.
Oh, this game sucks. This game freaking blows. It's not going to be a game.
Maybe. I don't even know how to describe it. Like, it looks like if you were on acid. Is that fair?
No, I take acid on a regular basis. It's not this fun at all. Like, no.
Okay. It's almost like a teenage finding themselves tale, but at one point they start like floating and flying. They're like skating down highways, and the art style is very, it almost looks like South of Midnight, honestly, but not realistic, but very smooth edges. And it's, I don't know what this game is.
Juno meets E.T.
Yeah. At one point there's a car flying. They're talking about different artists that are in this game in terms of music artists: Lush, the Smashing Pumpkins, Iggy Pop, Joy Division. So like, if you've heard of those people, it's a coming age of
any
tale.
Of those people? So what? Okay, so
at one point they're riding a dinosaur. So I don't know what this game is.
Also, when does this take place? Well, is the coming of age tale, the Smashing Pumpkins are on your mixtape? Like, what year is this?
Didn't they say at the beginning, or am I making that up? I thought they did.
I don't know.
But this is one. It looks. I want to say this is a game up my alley because I like Life is Strange and stuff like that. This one seems like it might be even too far for me. I guess that's where I'm at with it. Is I like the concept, but then at one point they're riding dinosaurs. I need to see more of this one before I can really make a decision on it. Because it doesn't look like it's got any type of mystery or anything like that. So I need to know exactly what the story is or what the goal here is of the game for it to.
I mean, it's just about life, bro. It's just about living.
Sure.
Finding yourself.
Coming 2025 to Game Pass, Xbox, and PC. So another Game Pass get there. Next, we had Flight Sim 2024.
You be flying, bro.
The next generation of Microsoft Flight Simulator. So you have commercial flights if you want to do a commercial flight.
Absolutely.
You have, you can have a career in aviation. You can be a paramedic. You can do aerial advertising, VIP charter services, agricultural aviation, search and rescue.
And rescue?
So
not just searching?
Remote cargo ops and jets. You can get out of the plane and take pictures of a moose.
wait, we buck hunting out here?
I guess. Flight Sim is one of those games. Some of this stuff actually looks pretty interesting to me. The paramedic stuff and the flight medic and being sort of having the biggest problem with Flight Simulator, I think, for most people that are not into it I kind of need somebody to hold my hand a little bit. I need somebody to tell me what to do. Yeah. And it seems like that's what they're focusing on, is they're giving you tasks to do. So I'm actually into this. Like, I'm not saying I'm going to frickin', become the Flight Sim guy, but like I'm going to check this out because I want to see what kind of missions and stuff that they're doing. So
listen, we are the simulator bros. All right. We like a good simulator. This is a good simulator. The problem is, for me anyways, is like, I don't want to fly. I don't know. It's just, I don't know what, like, I'll play truck simulator. I'll play, washing simulators. I'll play cutting grass simulators. For some reason, flight simulator is just like, is a daunting thing for me.
It's because it so much depends on the takeoff and the landing. Like, so if you botch the takeoff, like that I won't say that's the game, but like that is the game, right? Game. The game is the takeoff
get off the ground,
right? The takeoff and the landing. Like, yes, you're in the air and you can do your thing, but whereas even like a good simulator game, like a power wash or even like a car mechanic simulator, again, it comes down to there's tasks. There's a throughput for me to get me from point A to point B, and literally Microsoft Flight Sim is get from point A to point B. Like that is the game. So that's
yeah.
I'm hopeful of this one, so it's going to give me some more tasks. But coming November 19th this year, Game Pass, Xbox Series X and S and PC, and as probably with the first one, a benchmark game. That first game when it came out looked absolutely phenomenal. Like, if you could get that game running at full settings, 30 frames, you were considered a high-end PC. Or having a high-end PC. So we'll see. This will be one coming to Game Pass, so I'll check it out. So, all right. Next up, we had the 10-year anniversary of Elder Scrolls Online. So currently you can get all of the DLC for free if you hop in and you can play through everything. They're doing a 10-year anniversary update about playing with friends. So we are not Elder Scrolls Online people, but if I was, I guess I would be excited.
No, I mean, like, between that and Fallout, my love of those games were never. It was never the gameplay,
sure.
First anyway. Like, I mean, the best Fallout is New Vegas, and people like that because of the story. Like, like, it's like I play these games mostly for the RPG aspects, and then. So like this whole MMO part, I'm just like, I don't care. Like, that's not what I came here for.
Yeah, I actually hopped into Elder Scrolls Online day one when it came out, and
same actually.
Yeah, I wanted to like it way more than I did. I think for me, it's what I really want from Elder Scrolls is I want to play Skyrim with a friend. That's it. Yeah, that's all I want. It. Yeah, I don't want anything else other than that.
It threw me off seeing other people running around, jumping around, not acting like NPCs.
Yeah,
like it takes me out of the world completely. It just reminds me I'm playing an MMO as opposed to when I'm playing a really well done RPG. Single player is like I'm the X factor, and like everything else is like real. Like, but when you see people like emoting and doing stuff, I'm like, I don't need this anymore.
Right. And that's, for me, it was the mission structure. I just want the basic, I just, give me the fetch quest, but I felt like in Elder Scrolls Online, even the fetch quest took a while to come about, if that makes sense. So that's where it broke for me. I wonder if it's like I've actually considered jumping in again just to see like what's this about now, but there's just too much other stuff coming out. So, but all right, next we have a game that you will never play, but as a Life is Strange fan, pretty exciting. So Life is Strange Double Exposure, which features for the first time in the the franchise. Max Caulfield.
Gameplay?
Wow.
Oh.
Max Caulfield is back. So Max is the original Life is Strange character. I feel sorry for her because all her friends are dying, apparently. But this is a double murder mystery kind of thing to where so her power was she could slow down time and see alternate timelines and stuff like that. So she's they're bringing that power back, and she's trying to solve this murder mystery by having alternate timelines. So the first game, while you did explore alternate timelines, it was usually more of just a moment. Like you could go back a couple minutes. They do sort of play with it. One time she does the thing where she goes back in time and changes like the entire future, but then it's not the way you think it would be because time is not kind sometimes. Just because you change one thing doesn't mean that everything in your life will be better. So that was kind of one of the messages of that. But this is the first time they've brought her back. So she doesn't look the same because this game has obviously become, technology-wise, that was a Xbox One game, I think. Was it? Oh, man. Or was that a 360 game? When was the original Life is Strange?
That's a 360 game.
Was it? I'm curious.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Strange,
no, I have no clue.
Original date. I'm kind of curious. 2015. So I feel like that was later than I thought. But yeah, so I'm a fan of these games. I liked Life is Strange. I like Before the Storm, and I like Life is Strange True Colors. I still think that original one's the best one, though. So it's interesting that they're bringing her back. At one point, I thought they said that they were never going to do that. So that's interesting that they're doing it anyway, but I could be making that one up. So not on Game Pass, though.
These games are poo-poo.
No.
What's next?
I don't. Your hate for these games is so unfounded.
If you think I hate this game, just you wait.
Oh boy,
just you wait, sir.
Coming next year, like I said, not on Game Pass. Oh no, coming this year, October 29th, 2024, to Series X and S and PC. I will be all over all that one. Next up, we have from Bethesda and Machine Games, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Go ahead.
Why, guys? Like, why? I genuinely I'm not trying to pretend like I am dialed into every aspect of gamers, and I talk to gamers all the time and all this stuff, but this is one I can actually say I have not heard a single person say, I can't wait for the Indiana Jones. That's a day one. No one has said that yet. And even like tangent, like third person wise, like no friend of a friend, nothing. I've never heard anyone be excited for this game. I don't know how this game got off the ground. Who said we need an Indiana Jones game right now? The movies aren't doing well. Like nobody cares.
Well, I think part of that is though games, 4 years ago, I think they thought that Indiana Jones was going to make a comeback with the new movie and stuff like that. I'm with you. I am not an Indiana Jones person. I want to be. I really do. I want to be. But
I like Indiana Jones.
Yeah, but I'm not saying you don't, but for me it's, what can I say?
Me and my dad would sit down and watch Temple of Doom if it's on TV. We would sit there and watch that movie. We like Indiana Jones. I'm just really like, and by the way, that's the audience in my opinion. Like those people, like
for me,
I know, like
I don't want to play an Indiana Jones movie.
Right.
That's how I feel about this. If I'm going to play Indiana Jones, I want to play Tomb Raider. Like that's where I'm at with it.
Or Uncharted.
Right. And so for me, it just seems like a disconnect of Machine Games makes first-person shooters. This is a first-person Indiana Jones game. There's nothing about it that looks bad. Like I can't look at this and just be like, oh man, this looks terrible. But for me, it's just like, I think it's going to miss for me just because I don't care about Indiana Jones. I want to be wrong. I really do. I want to play this game and I want to be like, you don't even have to like Indiana Jones. This is just a well-made game with good characters.
Nope.
I'm not getting that from this. And it's very strange to be like, this looks really, really good. Like it does, but I don't want to play it.
I will admit and agree that this characterization of Indiana is perfect. It's really good, spot on. Do not care.
Yeah,
like, I just like, well, what's the point? Like it, like even like the the scenes where he's doing like the hand-to-hand combat, that first person hand-to-hand combat, I'm just like, this looks meh at best. Like, I don't need, no one wants this. And the fact that they got this far along with it, with this level of quality, and like, this is Bethesda, right?
Yeah, it's Bethesda Machine Games. Yeah, Wolfenstein.
This is Bethesda putting out this game, and the polish and quality in this game is better than Starfield. This is really good. This is a really good looking game. The animations, the graphic quality, even the story and the character are all there. And it's like, why didn't you put this anywhere else? Like anywhere else?
Yeah,
I feel bad for Machine Games.
Yeah,
they got dealt a bad hand for some reason. Like,
I want to like, again, I hope I'm wrong. I hope this is a game that I end up loving, but I just don't care, like you said. And I'm with you in that I have not seen anybody say that like they're excited about this. I haven't seen anybody say this looks bad though. That's the other thing. Like everyone's like this looks terrible. Like, no. But have not seen that. But I have not seen anybody be like, "Oh man, I can't wait for this game."
But in a way, that's worse, though.
Right.
You know, because at least if everyone's saying it's bad, it's a word of mouth. I'm gonna play it, see how bad it is, even.
Right, but
no
at the same time,
anything.
It fits in this showcase because it looks great. Like, and so it's
that too,
and that's where it's tough. It's just like So, all right, moving on. Next, we had Amazing Season Games, which is a Chinese developer, but I don't. this might be their first game. Mecha Break, which I originally thought it was a Gundam game because I mean that's what it looks like. But this looks dope. Like
what is this? Like whose fever dream is this? Because they got it right. This is why you make video games.
Exactly. Yeah. This is if like Star Fox and Gundam and Chorus and TIE Fighter and what was that Star Wars game with the frickin' what the heck was the name of that game? Rogue Squadron. Like if all those games came together and it was a mecha game, like it's got swords, it's got speed, it's got a little bit of custom robo in there.
I will tell you what this game is right now, if I can remember it. It was a 2-game series on the PlayStation 2, produced and I think developed by Kojima.
Zone of the Enders.
Zone of the Enders.
Yeah.
That's what this is some good old Zone of the Enders nonsense, and I am here for it 100%.
So the only thing that kind of bums me out is it's multiplayer only, apparently. So it does not seem to be any type of
I need a single player.
Yeah. So as of right now, so there's a beta coming out in August to Series X and PC. This is a multi-plat game. This will be coming to PlayStation as well, but it seems like the beta might only be on Xbox and PC. So full game coming in 2025. I'll be keeping my eye on this one wholeheartedly because that game just from a pure chaos. This is a video game video game. Like
it's one of those games where like even if you're bad at it, you're having fun doing whatever the hell you're doing.
Right, because it just looks
it's
so
a perfect video game.
Looks so flashy. So, all right, next we got from what team is this? There we go. Oh, this is the first game. So Wu Chang Fallen Feathers. This is a Souls-like coming to Xbox Game Pass Day 1 in 2025 to Xbox Series X and PC. I'm talking too fast now. This looks a lot like Wolong, but with a little bit more fantasy or Dark Souls style. Wolong was a very, I won't say realistic game, but there was not a lot of Dark Souls in terms of like characters as well as like world design and stuff like that. So this looks far more mystical. The enemies look more mystical, and it's ancient. Is it Japan or China? I don't remember now.
Either one.
Yeah, there you go. So this looks cool. I was a big fan of Wolong. You know, we talked about that game a lot here. So it reminded me of that, but it is a different developer. So Wolong is like the only Souls game that I ever finished besides the original Dark Souls. So I mean that says a lot. Yeah, it says a lot for me. Maybe it's just the aesthetic. I'm not sure. Maybe the weapons and stuff like that. But this looks pretty cool to me. So
yeah, I'm this is a strong wait and see for me because that Souls like loop is it's so noticeable and it's so easy to notice, but at the same time, it's really easy to screw this up.
Right.
Like it's really easy to make it too basic to where you just don't care. It's real easy to make it too hard so that it's just frustrating. These games are not easy to make. I come to realize, and playing all the rest of these AAA games for X amount of years, and having just recently going back to Elden Ring, I'm starting to realize more and more why the Souls games proper are what they are, because there is a line you have to walk there.
The original Souls has a mystique to it that I don't think anybody has matched yet. They have a world building that is just different. Now, for me, I'm a gameplay person, which is why those games just never click with me. Wolong, for me, it was the morale system thing that they did. Whereas if you went through the level and you found all the points to plant the flag, it made the end boss easier. Like you could totally skip all that and just go to the end boss and fight it. But for me, like that mechanic is what did it for me. As well as it was not super fantasy based. So like I recently tried playing Lords of the Fallen, and they do like a light world, dark world thing, and I'm just like I want nothing to do with that. Like the combat was fine, but it was very much a Souls game, like the way that the layout was and the way that the characters were, and it's like no, like what I want is like also I'm tired of those games having so many classes in it to where I need a spreadsheet open to know what I'm doing. Like Wolong was far more front and forward with that, and I think Liza P was pretty much that way too, right? Like Liza P was not.
I like Liza P.
Yeah, like I wanted to like Liza P more than I did, but it was definitely one of like if I had to pick a second best, I think it would probably be that I liked Liza P a lot on that aspect.
I liked Liza P in Surge 2. I remember liked a lot.
Surge had some cool mechanics in it, so
yeah.
But yeah,
Wu Chang it's going to come down to what you're doing in between what looks to be right now just more of just like a boss rush type of game. There was another Souls like I won't remember the name of it, but they made two of them. It was a lot faster, super stylized. Neo, thank you.
That's another one. I wanted to love Neo, but
Neo's a really good one.
Yeah.
Because these big bosses, these strong enemies, they would just be in the map. They just be in your way. You didn't have to wait for a fog door. You have to, like it really did its own thing. And Wu Chang right now is really falling into I'm going to be the most Souls like I could be. And that's rubbing me the wrong way right now.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. For me, what it is it looks a little flashy, which I'm a fan of that, but it looks to be an in-between of not overly punishing like a Dark Souls. Like Dark Souls to me, when it really upsets me, or the Elden Ring and stuff like that, is when the enemies do this like magical flip or like do this like insanely OP thing, and I'm just a dude with a sword. like I want to be anime, you know, I want to do some cool Japanese stuff. I want to have the sword and I want to throw it behind my back and stab you in the face, you know, like I want to do some of that flashy stuff as well, and this looks like it has that. So that's where it clicks for me. So but yeah, Game Pass day 1, so coming 2025, so that I'll be on board for that. All right, next up we have we had Avowed. So Avowed got a small trailer coming this year, but no date still. Coming from Obsidian, and this time they also had a big emphasis on choose your side. They didn't really go into more depth with that. So this was actually one of the this was a cool trailer. This was actually disappointing for me because I want to see a lot more of this game. I'm an Obsidian fan, and while we did get somewhat of a deep dive earlier this year, we still haven't seen a lot of this game, and I'm hoping this week they're gonna do something about it. But I thought it was strange that they didn't go deeper into this because this is one of their bigger games for this year. So
yeah, this is I don't know what to feel about this game. I genuinely don't.
it looks really cool in the trailer. I'll give it that, but it's a trailer still, you know?
Yeah, like, I mean, I wish I'm kind of a loss of words for it because I don't know what.
I still don't really know what this game
strange.
is. Like, is it
At all.
Yeah,
you know?
like it's an open world game, but this trailer made it seem like it wasn't, you know, and so
Exactly, for a second.
yeah, so I'm very confused on this one, and I hope that's not a product of a mess of a development. Like, it's Obsidian though, like, and they're taking their time on this one. This has been in development since like 2020, so I'm going to give it a shot no matter what because it's Obsidian.
I trust Obsidian
Right.
to deliver a really good product. So this is essentially their Skyrim, right?
It doesn't. The scope of it doesn't seem to be as large, and it seems to be basically on this trailer too. And I think they've said this. I could be making it up. Like, it is open, but it's still linear in many ways, if that makes sense. Like, there's still a main path that they want you to follow. Not that Skyrim doesn't, but the Skyrim main path or Elder Scrolls ever in Fallout, the production isn't usually massively different than the side stuff. This seems like the main quest is going to have more production in it. Kind of like a what's the word? What the heck is the name of that game? Not the. It's the Fallout that's not Fallout, basically, from this team.
Outer Wilds.
Outer Worlds. Yeah, Outer Worlds. To me, it's that scope. Like, it's that game, but it's contained. It is not just about like this massive open world with hundreds of thousands of hours. It's like, no, this is a 40-hour game. You're going to see everything. So that's speaking to me. Like, that's what I want. I don't need.
I'm a fan of that.
Yeah, I don't need. I liked Outer Wilds a lot because of Outer Worlds, because of that. You know, that was one reason why I stuck with that game. Even though by the end I didn't love it, I stuck with it because of that. So, but yeah, interested in that one. Still no date on it though. So that one must be coming in hot. So maybe that one maybe even gets pushed. Who knows? So. From Rebellion, we got a new IP, Atomfall. Another one I don't really know what to talk about. So this is the maker of Sniper Elite and Zombie. What's the name of that game? Zombie. Oh, it's gonna bug me. What's the name of that game? It's gonna bug me. Zombie Army. Zombie Army. Up to 4. I think they're up to 4 now as well. So this is a new IP from them. Looks like sort of a combination between both of those. It's a first-person game. It's got robots. It's got mythical. It's got some Midsummer looking stuff in it. Midsummer stuff looking in it. There's a guy wearing a goat head at one point. There was also a robot taking down a town called Bard. There was a lady reading a book on a bench. There's an old time telephone. Like I don't really know what to think about this one. What was your take on it?
I'm very intrigued by this one. I'm happy to. This seems like one of those worlds you kind of just. You're going to discover some things, you know, like I'm happy going to this one with just this trailer and nothing else. Cause I feel like there's going to be a lot of moments where if you and I play this at different times, we're going to go, wait, did you come across this thing? Did you see that thing? Cause like, it seems like anything can happen around a corner in this type of world where they just, again, like nothing makes sense and I'm here for it.
Yeah, I like Rebellion games. I like the way they feel, but for me, they're always disjointed in the throughput of the game, if that makes sense. So I'm interested in this one. A new IP from them. They have a lot of talent from a gameplay standpoint, and the world does look interesting. So I'm with you on that one. Coming to Game Pass day 1, 2025, Xbox Series X and S, as well as PC.
And before we continue, I do want to say, like, I'm a big fan of everything coming out 2025. Well, not everything, but a good amount.
Next year could be big. Like, especially not just from them, but we have a Switch 2 next year. We might have so next year we might get like Ghost of Tsushima 2. So from Microsoft as well, like we've got a lot of big things coming. But yeah, it's next year. This year feels like it's been light in terms of like those AAA bangers. We've got a lot of great games, but none of those tentpole games so far. So. Up next, Assassin's Creed Shadows was shown off. We got some gameplay. Originally, I thought it was a Tenchu game, but then they did the leap of faith, and I was like, oh, this is Assassin's Creed. So we are not Assassin's Creed people. At least I used to be. I am that person where I played the original 5 up to 3, basically. religiously.
I think Brotherhood was it called Brotherhood?
Brotherhood was the second Ezio game.
Yeah, that's a top 10 game for me.
Yeah, I absolutely adore that game, and I played the crap out of Black Flag like a lot of people did. But,
I did. Black Flag was fantastic.
But you didn't play it for the story at that point. You know, you did it for the pirate stuff. Whereas I was actually into Assassin's Creed. Like I was looking forward to that third game, and yeah,
they had to start running in place because they realized they had no ending to a series they're never going to end.
Right. So they sort of like they closed the book on that original Desmond storyline.
Desmond, yeah.
But they had no real ending. It was like it seems like they wanted to end it there, but they also didn't know how to do that without.
We're still making so much money.
Right.
Hold on.
It was kind of strange, but no. And I have tried to get into these games. I played Origins day one. I played Unity day one. What was the one I played? I played all of these games day one. I have not finished any of them since Assassin's Creed 4. Like I have tried desperately and I just can't do it. So they finally did the thing. They're going to Japan. It looks cool, but like I'm not doing it this year. I'm not doing it. I'm not giving you money for Assassin's Creed day one. It's just not happening. So
my issue with Assassin's Creed right now is like it became two things, right? Because at the beginning it was very much a kind of stealth kill first game, and then it became more and more. Nah, you can just cut up a bunch of people at the same time. It's fine.
Yeah,
like Batman or a style of fighting, and they try to refine the two. And even watching the trailer for this one for Shadows, I'm looking at it like that gameplay is just not going to be even as good as it's not going to be good as Ghost of Tsushima for sure, and it's not going to be even as good as Rise of the Ronin.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah, for me, with the switch over with it happened with Origins, I believe is the first game to do it. Well, I commend them for mixing up the franchise that probably desperately needed it, but to me,
yeah, too.
It just never. It's not good enough, in my opinion. Like it's serviceable. It's not bad, but it is not.
It's so light and fluff. Like it's just not even like so. Like watching him do those kills and just kills in open air, just like in broad daylight. I'm just like this. It doesn't look interesting to me. It doesn't look like it's difficult, and it doesn't look like it's challenging, engaging combat. And then going back to the stealth part of it, they've left that so far in the past. It doesn't even feel like a stealth game anymore. Like the stealth game has now become more of a parody of itself, you know? Like
right.
People will make jokes about how Assassin's Creed is like, oh, it's time to crouch in waist high grass again, and or
there's a lot of that in this trailer of like literally like being in grass, and I don't know what these games are anymore. Like, but again, it looks good though. Like I can't for the fans that like Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Is that the last one?
Yes. Well, the last one before the little smaller game they put out.
Yeah, was it the Odyssey Assassin's Creed? Valhalla? No, Valhalla was the last one.
Valhalla's yes, but the one
people love that game. People love that game. So
yeah, people talk about Assassin's Creed sucks and no one's buying. Like, no, that's not true. Valhalla was the highest selling one to date.
Right. So there's clearly something to these games. They're just not clicking for me. I don't know. Maybe something will change. I am not diving in day one like I normally. This is going to be the first time I have not played an Assassin's Creed game. I guess that's not true if you count Mirage, but that was a spinoff. I don't. So
I guess I don't like from a narrative standpoint. I don't even get it.
I don't think they do either. if I'm being honest, like I don't.
Like what is the Creed anymore? Like literally, what is the Assassin's Creed?
Couldn't tell you. Could not. It's at some point you're also playing as like the Templars. I don't know, but for the Assassin's Creed fans, I'm sure this probably looked pretty good. Next up, we got Stalker 2: Heart of Chernobyl. This game unfortunately was delayed due to the problems in Ukraine. Finally coming out this year. we've seen this game before, but this is kind of the most in-depth look we've seen of it. Of, you know, it's realistic, but it's also got, you know, sci-fi fantasy in it. It's got ghosts. It's got electric clouds. It's got, at one point there was like, I won't say demons, but there's weather effects. He was going to shoot a tornado, so that it's not going to be.
He almost shot the tornado to death. It was going to be epic.
Yeah, there's creatures that attack you. He got a freaking rocket launcher. He was shooting at it. Like Stalker 2, I don't know what this game truly is except a first-person shooter, but I am very, very curious about this one, and I think it looks. This game is going to be either, what was the name of that game? Atomic Hearts. Remember Atomic Hearts?
Mm-hmm.
This is either going to be exactly like that, where there is so much flash and the gameplay is just very meh, or this is going to be one of the best first-person shooters I've ever played. And I can't decide which one I'm at yet. Like, to me, it reminds me a lot of Metro. Metro games are, I want to love those games, but I can't, and I don't know why. And I'm getting vibes like that from this. So,
yeah, looking at the game, it looks great. I just don't have. I didn't play the first Stalker, so I don't know what I'm missing.
Yeah, I don't think you do. Yeah, I think the ship has sailed on that one. I've played it, so yeah.
So like, I really don't know what I'm supposed to be looking for, or like there's nothing in this trailer anyway that made me say I want to find out what's happening.
But
it just seems like an open world type of sandboxy. Weird things are happening. Okay, like,
but it's happening because it's Chernobyl. Like, and that's a very intriguing idea. But the thing is that I still don't know what I'm doing in this game.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Like, to me, you just answered the question. Like these were like, so when I play Metro and weird things that happen, I'm like, I wonder what's going on, why things are happening. And this is like, well, you're in Chernobyl. Like, oh, okay,
right.
So what is it? So like, I think I need a trailer with a through line, like,
right,
sort of like a catch up, and like, here's where we are, and like, and here's where we're going. Like, here's the mystery we need to solve. Like, right now I'm just like, it looks like a fine shooter.
Yeah, it looks interesting. Yeah, so this one's coming out September 5th, so it's not too far away. It is Xbox Game Pass day one on Series X and S as well as PC. So I will be playing this game day one for sure. I am very, very curious about this, even just from a graphical. You know, I'm a graphics whore in many ways, so I want to check this game out from a standpoint of just looking at it. So looks really interesting, but it's cool that it's finally coming out. It got delayed, like I said, for a very long time, so it's cool that this team's finally going to be able to get that out. So next we got Sarah Bond on stage to announce some hardware for us. All right.
Let's go.
We got the all-digital Xbox Series X, which we now know is priced at $449. We have the all-digital Xbox Series S at 1 terabyte for $349. And the new special edition Xbox Series X 2 terabyte SSD Galaxy Black limited edition for a whopping $599.
Pre-ordered day one. Let's go.
Microsoft. You know the PS5 Pro is coming out, right?
Shh. They don't. They listen. Let them redesign some more stuff. That makes sense.
These are all $100 too much. Genuinely, like
that digital only edition, S edition. Yeah, like bring that down $100, and then you saw the stores.
Right, $249.
Like,
that should be $249. Your all digital Series X should match the PS5 digital at $399, and your big honking you have too many SKUs out now. Like, because now you also have the 1 terabyte. Maybe they're going to sunset that one. I don't know. But 2 terabyte Series X for $600. A 1 terabyte version is currently $499. You want $100 for an extra terabyte of space? Like, stop it. Just stop it.
I could buy a PS5 Pro for that money.
Yeah, like, I cannot believe they're going to put a $600 console in the market right now against a PlayStation 5 Pro. Like, at the end of the day, like, power doesn't matter in many ways. Like, look at the Switch. The Switch is running on literally 15-year-old hardware at this point, and it's selling gangbusters. But the Xbox is, in general, the hardware is not in a great place right now. All of these are $100 too expensive, truly. And this is not going to help. I do not think anybody is going to run out and buy a $449. That should be $399. What are you doing? What are you doing? I don't understand.
I don't even understand the point of the SKUs.
I don't either. Yeah, I don't.
Like what's like? There's literally no point in putting out a new Xbox with the terabyte.
You're not selling the ones you have. I say that as has a Series X and an S. You're not. I don't even want this. I got the S for free, and I still don't know what to do with it half the time. It's my Diablo 4 for the bedroom machine.
This was the most.
So like they announced these, but they didn't announce the price. And so in my head, I was like, okay, like they're just going to go across the board, $399, $299, $499, you know, like that makes sense. Right. And then the prices were all different. I was like, that's not. No. Like, let's not do that. So oddly, she was like, they talked about this at the business update where they talked about some of the games going multi-platform. She again reiterated, she's like, we're already working on our next generation of hardware. And so there's this rumor of a Xbox handheld that is basically confirmed at this point. They did not talk about that. I thought for sure they were going to tease that device. So that leads me to believe that they are not going to tease that device anytime this year. I am super curious of what the next Xbox is at this point. If they are willing to slap a $599 on a Series X, I'm very curious of what the future of hardware looks for Xbox.
So this is arguable to say that the decline of Xbox happened at several different points. One of the earliest points was when they put out their E3 thing and they just said, hey, look, it's a VCR and a DVD player. It's like, what? That's not what we wanted. Whatever. But and then PlayStation came out and said, yeah, but our thing plays games and you can share a disc. We win.
Right.
Like it's a console. What you think? PlayStation is all they have to do to continue this onslaught of random, just easy wins is, oh, here's a PS5 Pro and it's the same amount as an Xbox, like maybe even cheaper, like depending on where you go. Like it's really this is the dumbest thing they did on stage.
Yeah,
and it's getting ridiculous because
how they're tone deaf, like. But I also look at like Sony they are not cutting the price of the PS5 at all. Like
no.
And so we've reached this critical mass point to where like Moore's law is dead in many ways. So like the die shrinks are not coming the way they used to be. So I get it that they're not cheaper, but they're raising prices now. And it's like I don't want to be that guy that's just build a PC, but like I'm that guy now. Like my PC is now in my living room and I've been playing everything on my PC because I'm looking at this hardware and I'm just like we are getting to the point to where I have bought and purchased every console since the 360 day one, whether it was a Pro, whether it was the One X. Like I'm that person. I love hardware, and I'm now looking at this like I don't care what the next Xbox is. I don't care what the next PlayStation is. I really don't. Like I will not be buying a PS5 Pro under any circumstance because there's nothing that I want to play that bad on that console to where the regular PS5 isn't going to cut it for me. And that's a lot coming from somebody like me. I'm a hardware junkie. And the fact that you had the guts to put a $599 on a regular Series X, that
PS5 Pro is going to sell at the stores,
right?
at the same price.
Yeah, I don't want to harp on this, but tone deaf, man. You are absolutely tone deaf. So,
and I don't know, maybe just to pull out that race car just a little bit. I find it strange the black girl has to give out the bad news all the goddamn time now. Like, listen, Spencer, bro. I know you did that podcast one time, but this black girl's taking some heat.
She is. She really is. So.
She's delivering the worst news. Like, guys, like,
yeah. We'll see. Like, and again, PS5 Pro supposedly this year. So it's just, again, I'm with them in that at this point, it doesn't matter, right? Like you're not selling hardware.
It doesn't. You're
so
right.
if you're going to sell the hardware, you might as well make some money on it. But at this point, I'm very confused on what your strategy is going forward.
This should have been the handheld. Like,
right.
why would you make these?
Right.
These are pointless.
So
make the handheld.
I'm very curious about what the handheld. I'm very curious about that thing.
If they don't beat, they've been talking about this for a long time, and they have the infrastructure for it already. If they don't beat Sony to the market with the handheld, I don't know this company. I don't know how this company made $1 trillion.
Right.
I just don't.
It's baffling because not only are they like they're just making bad calls, but they know they're making them at this point. Like they right. Like this isn't the Xbox One era or the end of 360 era where it's like it felt like Microsoft truly didn't like Microsoft made the Xbox One, right? They truly thought that was a good strategy, and they learned very quickly that they had screwed up. Like day of, like, okay, we screwed up. Here, it's like you knowingly know you screwed up. Like they know that they have not captured the audience the way they wanted to this generation. Again, what is your plan here? If it's not to build it's not to build the console marketplace because you're priced too high. Like again, all those are $100 more than they should be. So I don't know, but curious when they talk about the handheld. At this point, we know it's coming, but what is it? What does it run on? Is it ARM? Is it some sort of Series S die that shrank? We don't know yet. So, all right. So they did have the one more thing, surprising, but also not. We have the Coalition making a Gears game, but it is not Gears 6. It is Gears E-Day, a prequel. The trailer featured a young Marcus Phoenix, but then at the end of the trailer, it featured a young Dom. So I am the resident Gears person. Genuinely, I don't say shocked, but genuinely surprised they are not making Gears 6 in a good way, though, because as the resident Gears person, I like Gears 4 and 5, but I am not going to sit here and be like, oh, they're just as good as that original trilogy. Absolutely not. From a gameplay perspective, they are quite good, but from a characters and a story perspective, it is not hit at all. Them going to E-Day is extremely surprising because they left that last game on a cliffhanger as well. So yeah, super pumped about this.
It's a good move.
Yeah, super pumped about this. Right. This is the right move, and I'm just shocked that they did it. Like they actually were like, you know what? It's kind of like the Halo Infinite thing of 5 was left on kind of like a cliffhanger, and they address it in Infinite, but very almost off screen. This is not a sequel at all. They're just going the other way. They're like, no, you guys aren't a fan. So I'm very curious what happens after E-Day, the game, because what are they going to do with that whole story? Are they just going to pretend it never happened? But yeah,
it depends how it sells, I imagine.
Yeah, that's fair. So
I mean, I this is a welcome addition to the Gears property for me. I genuinely hated the story and characters of the last couple of games. They were unbearable creatures, but seeing a young Dom, like seeing a young Phoenix, I mean,
booting up a Gears game and playing as Marcus and my co-op person being Dom, like that's a very
scratching that nostalgia itch.
That's a very simple play that is going to be extremely effective for me. Like when I tell my friend, like, my friend Randy, he's not a Gears person. He's played them all because he played them with me. When I tell him like, hey, we're going to play, and he gets to be Dom, like it's going to call back for us.
And the only thing, my only critique about their approach to this, and it's the same critique I have with Halo actually, is they kind of forgot. I feel like they keep trying to make it too seriously dramatic. Like it's always serious, it's always dramatic, but now like you're not writing like going with the wind here, guys. This is like have some fun with it, like be cool. Like it's really taking itself very, very, very seriously, and it's like, oh no, am I going to die today? And it's like you can see in his eyes, it's like this is gonna in the CGI acting, it's like, oh man, this is rough. It's like, dude, like you're Marcus fucking Phoenix. Like, I'm sorry, dude, you're Marcus Phoenix. Like, Phoenix, sit up a bit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, be a little cooler. Is all I want. Like, cause at the end of the day, you are a B-level movie, and B-level movies know what they are. Like, you don't try to put on some A-level acting here.
I'm with you a tiny bit, but I think as a Gears fan, even though like we are in on the joke, I guess I want to say, at this point, if you don't make it serious and you lean into it, I feel like you get Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League.
Oh, right.
Like,
so you can easily screw it up. Yeah.
Right. So at this point, like the shot of them just standing there looking over the world before it crumbled, and you see the locust and you see you see the emergence holes.
That's a really good shot.
Right. Like that's a
fantastic shot.
That is what Gears fans want. And while it's a dude bro shooter, it reminds me of that original Mad World trailer. Like, again, the Mad World trailer had nothing that's not Gears at all. Like, Gears is not this very somber, heartfelt story. It's not The Last of Us, but there's that throughput line in that original trilogy of, at the end of the day, like, you did see Marcus as a character who is a dude bro, but he had that softer side to him that comes out every now and then. And so this is definitely pulling on those heartstrings a little bit. I don't want to call them heartstrings, but pulling on those nostalgia strings a little bit. But this is to say, like, yeah, Gears is back, baby. I don't know about that. But genuinely,
it might be, though.
Yeah, I'm far more anticipating this being better than this has a chance to be as good as that original trilogy. Whereas where they're going with 4 and 5, like, again, 4 and 5 were not bad games. They just were not the games that they needed to be.
Gameplay wise, no.
Yeah.
But everything else sucks.
Yeah, everything else just did not click the way it was supposed. I actually think Gears 5 is better than people give it credit for. I think it's got some serious issues in the telling of that story, but I think that the story that it told is actually quite good. Gears 4, on the other hand, was just a weird 0.5 story that doesn't go anywhere. And there's no, like, there's this the biggest revelation is in the last 5 seconds of it. And it's meant to be this, like, oh my God, when instead it was like what? Like, what do you mean? Like, like, what are you talking about? And then Gears 5 sort of connects everything together in a smart way, I feel like, but it doesn't match that original trilogy. And part of that is the hokiness of taking this stuff very seriously. So no date or anything on that, but Gears games have always been lookers. The Coalition they've been making these games. Hivebusters was a fantastic addition to Gears. So I'm very, very excited and curious what they do with the prequel, but as well as how they're going to evolve stuff like Horde. How's the multiplayer going to look? What can this team do with UE5? Like I said, that shot of them looking over, the world before it crumbled is extremely powerful. And I'm curious to see the destruction of the world. Like, I want to see the destruction of the world, and it's so it's going to be cool. But again, I'm actually honestly even more curious, what do they do after this? Like, what if this takes off, do they just leave Gears 5? Like,
no,
yeah.
What do you mean? You remake Gears 1.
There you go. Gears 2. Then you just redo it.
Yeah.
So, all right. There you go. That was the end of the Microsoft. We talked a long time about this, but again, like we said this at the beginning, genuinely from start to finish, well, not everything was for us, and there's the low points for me were Fable not being more gameplay and Avowed just not having a date. But like, there was stuff that didn't click with us, but from a pure, what's the word I want to say here? A pure video game show is one of the strongest ones I've ever seen. Like, from
that's what I wanted to say too, because like, as much props I give this show, I know some people, especially Xbox people that don't like Xbox, they're going to be quick to say, well, the ones you really like aren't even Xbox exclusives. Like, that doesn't matter.
I don't care.
I'm just talking about the show. The show itself, they picked a really good lineup of games to show for their systems. Right,
and I've been saying this for a while, and I know some people don't agree. Like, the closed ecosystem is dying, people. Like, the console wars will never die, but we are here to talk about games. So from a Game Pass perspective, they're killing it. Like, they are truly killing it. They've got so many, like, the amount of studios that they have at their beck and call, basically, to fill the Game Pass lineup, and the stuff that they showed today is super strong. Flintlock looks awesome. There's that Capcom game that's coming out next month. I can never remember the name. It's got the long samurai name. Like, they showed awesome Game Pass stuff here today as well. And so they have laid the landscape, and now they just have to execute. And we're going to talk about some of their games like Hellblade and stuff like that. And the execution is now up to them. I'm still going to call BS on Perfect Dark, but if that game hits like that, and that's on Game Pass, like that's, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll see.
Overall, I really have been disappointed with Game Pass in the past X amount of time. I don't even know, because my Xbox was literally collecting dust. I had to get the air can out and blow it out. But this showing, if you release this across the next year or two, like, you're back up.
Yep. So we'll see. But all right, that's going to do it. Let us know what you liked about the show, didn't like. 574-651-9256. We're also going to be doing our Hellblade episode coming up here quick, so that's going to be a pretty quick release. And then after that, we've both been playing some games separately that we're going to do some dual episodes for, and we might come back with some singular episodes as well. But any final comments you want to say on this Xbox showcase?
Expedition 33 and
oh wait, where was Towerborn?
You said that like it's a thing. Do we love Towerborn?
Yes, we love Towerborn.
Have I played Tower? I don't know.
Are you kidding me? Where is Towerborn? It was supposed to be out already.
You don't even like it.
No. You go to that frickin' chat right now. You click on that Towerborn trailer. You go to the middle of that trailer, and you tell me that you are not looking forward to Towerborn.
You don't like it because it's a
no. Towerborn. You have the wrong game. Towerborn was the frickin' game of the show last year. Come at me, bro. And it was supposed to be out last year. I think. Did they put a date on it? Yeah, it was supposed to be out this year, and it doesn't have a date on it. Where is Towerborn, Microsoft?
I do remember liking this quite a bit.
Where is Towerborn? You cowards. You are cowards.
They probably shut down the studio.
Probably. So, all right, that's going to do it for this episode of Game Pass or Pass. We'll see you next time with Hellblade, whatever it's called. It's the newest saga, Hellblade.
Good days.
Having the right people in your corner for life's biggest milestones makes all the difference. Like a friend who's there when you're house hunting or checking out a new ride, State Farm is there too, helping you choose the coverage you need. With a State Farm agent, you know someone is there to help you along the way. And with so many coverage options, it's nice knowing you have help choosing a plan that fits your needs, so you can continue celebrating all of life's milestones. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.